What's up, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down what's happening with the economic calendar moving forward, why the market's showing some signs of a nice reversal. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total, not to mention 8.1% APY on uninvested cash. The offering's in just about 11 days. Anyways, looking at Tesla and the market right now, SPY, the QQQ are looking quite strong, showing some nice signs of reversal, but Tesla's a little bit weaker. We're actually up less on Tesla than we are on SPY, and that's because we had that news that came out. The mainstream media is screaming that Tesla's recalling 700,000 vehicles, even though all it's going to take is a simple software updates to fix the issue that they were having. It just has to do with the tire pressure warning, which is, in my opinion, very, very minor issues, nothing too insane. So I just want to say that as far as Tesla's going, on the 4-hour time frame, we're testing our 20 EMA. This is at 441.5. If we could break this, Tesla could attempt to get back up to 450. Otherwise, we are kind of like shuffling up here. Now, to turn bearish, you want to see it lose 419, excuse me, and we're well above that. So we're doing a good job trying to push with the market. Now, as I said in my morning video, the PCE data was all below expectations. And this is why the market absolutely liked it. That's why the market's rebounding. The Michigan consumer sentiment data was decent. Everything was close to expectations, except for the 5-year inflationary expectations being below. And then we also had the inflationary expectations for the short term also being decent. So most of the data was fine. As far as Tesla goes, we could attempt to push more, but we're looking for this test of the 440 to 441.4 area near the 20 EMA. If Tesla does surpass this, we could go higher, and there is potential in this, especially as SPY and the QQQ are breaking out right now. But we still have to be a little bit more careful because of the fact that Tesla has that bad news, and that's what's, I think, slowing it down to some extent. So we'll see if this could break 440. As of right now, it is very tough resistance, and we may kind of shuffle around that area. But there is upside potential if we could try to get a break above that. So keep that in mind. There is potential in Tesla. For SPY, okay, this is a monster. SPY is going to be testing 591 as resistance. This is our 4-hour 200 EMA. If you could break that, I could be looking for 590, the 592.5 area. And then if that breaks, I think we go straight up to 595. So we're looking very strong right now, very bullish. Don't forget today is quadruple witch, and there's lots of shorts expiring, and it looks like the market makers are trying to squeeze them, causing this very, very nice move. As SPY starts pushing and stops get triggered, lots of these shorts are getting closed, and then they're hedging by buying a lot more, which is what's dragging the market higher. That's what's creating the short squeeze. If you look at the 30 minutes time frame, SPY is very, very bullish. There's no sign of weakness yet, and this could continue to try to push for the 592s or even higher. So it's still looking quite strong. We're looking at ES also making a run. We're looking, excuse me, for the $6,000 targets. We're doing a very, very good job at pushing so far. And I think ES has that potential. For Nvda, we're trying to break past 133 now. So a good sign for Nvidia. The first time we're showing this much strength after a while. So if you look at the 4-hour time frame, we're actually trying to break our um, 20 EMA. So we could be going for 135 as long as we're above 133. There is potential in this. I think we're doing a fantastic job thus far. For others out there, we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks more bullish as long as we don't lose 96,297. We could be favoring 98,000, then eventually 99,850. So I see a little bit more upside potential in these. We're looking for a break of 98,000 to push more. Might try to do that as long as we hold above 96,297. We're going to be fine. So I see potential in this. On the QQQ, we're breaking out right now. Did a fantastic job. We're looking at this resistance at 521. I also called out how we were at the support right here to watch for a bounce. I was talking about like 515 and levels like that in my morning video. Keep in mind, this was at like 510 at the time I was recording that video. So we just surpassed that. So now we're looking for, as long as we're above 520, I think we could get very close to 523. The QQQ is looking bullish, very, very strong, but we'll see if 520 holds. If it doesn't, look for 518. But I just want to say we look strong. We could continue this pump. For NQ, just know that this is also trying to bounce. We're going to be looking for an attempt to get up to 21,650. If that breaks, 21,818 is coming. So we still look more bullish. For Apple, Apple is looking decent right now. We had this range. I said if we break 249, look for a pump to about 252. And if we lost 246, I would turn more bearish. What happened? We consolidated for a bit, then we got a breakout above 249, which is now favoring 252. So very bullish for Apple. If that breaks, we could be going back up to the high up here. So it's doing a fantastic job thus far. Exactly as I predicted, the IWM reached this target right here, the previous high around the 224 area. If that breaks, we're looking for 226.5. Looks more bullish. So long as we don't lose 220, we favor upside. For coin, this is doing a good job. So we said it had to get above at least 273 to turn back up. If it lost, then I would be a lot more concerned. And so far, we held it. So this is going to likely continue to push. For Amazon, we look more bullish as long as we don't end up losing 220. I was talking about 221 for the gap fill and potentially 223. We're there. So now we're going to be looking to see if we could hold above that. But as long as we're above 220, we're going to be fine. Preferably, if we're above 223.68 on Amazon, we're looking for 225.55 as our target. It's doing a fantastic job so far. Meta is doing a good job. We called out 600 in my morning video. That's where we're currently at. As long as we don't lose 595 and then 586.7, we do favor a test of 600 and eventually a break. And if we break that, I think we could be going all the way up for 605. That's where this imbalance happens to be. So we'll see if we continue. For Microsoft, we look more bullish. We held support at 430. As long as we do not lose that, I said we should be looking for a bounce. My target was actually right here around 436. We have surpassed that. We're looking at 438.5 as a very, very key level. As long as we're above 438, I could be looking for 440 as our target. Then eventually 442. So we could be trying to return to the levels from yesterday. But that depends if we could hold support or not. On Google, we look more bullish. As long as we don't lose 188, we are favoring a push for 192. If that breaks, we go all the way up for 195. So keep that in mind, guys. We do look bullish on Google. We could be looking for 192, then 195. As long as we don't lose 188, we're doing a good job. So far, the bulls are back. They're defending very nicely. And if you look at SPY, we're now at 591, right? It's still just pushing as I speak. Tesla is joining in on the fun so far, but it's a little bit more lackluster than usual. Typically, when the QQQ is up over 1%, Tesla should be up like over 2%, right? Like it has a beta of over 2.0. So if the QQQ is up like 1.2% right now, you would think that Tesla should be up 2.4%. So we're a little bit short of that, and that's because of the negative news that came out. So we're still toying this area right here at resistance. We'll see if Tesla could break the 441.5 zone. If we do break it, it's going to be looking a lot better. But for now, I just want to say we're doing a good job at holding up, and we'll see if we break out even more. But with that being said, I thank you all so much for listening. So please have a fantastic rest of your day. The market's looking more bullish, and Tesla does have the potential to break out higher. If we do break this, I would love to see this thing pushed up closer to like 450. But for now, because of the negative news that came out involving, the recall, quote unquote recall that mainstream media is describing it as, which was just fixed by a software update, right? It's not your typical recall. I think that is slowing it down a little bit. So let's just see how Tesla does, and that's the reason why Tesla's a little bit lackluster. But we're still doing fine. At least we're in the green, and we'll see how it goes from here. Thank you for listening, and peace out.